Hi beautiful souls. If you are an empath, you don't want to miss this video. So I want to share with you today about being an empath. Firstly, what is an empath and how do we navigate our reality here as highly sensitive beings on this planet? Now, the most important thing that empaths need is energetic alignment. This means that to feel completely and fully aligned with source, connected to the earth, connected to themselves. Empaths are here to feel, and we are here to change the world through feeling. And so because empaths are, feeling beings, often we feel other people's energy, we feel other people's emotions, we feel the collective energy. And so there is a lot that goes on for empaths. And then we also have to operate in this reality and function in this reality and be able to make decisions in this reality, feeling all the energies, all people's emotions, everything that's going on here. So as an empath, you have come here during this time in order to be part of the evolution of humanity. We cannot evolve or shift our consciousness unless we have awareness around what is not working or what are the denser energies that we're holding on to. So as a high-performing, highly sensitive empath being that's feeling their way through this world, we're actually well-positioned to change things, to change the trajectory of our world, to influence people and decisions in a different way. So as healers, as coaches, as mamas and fathers, as grandmothers, if you've been born into this world and you have always had this sense that, you might be sitting next to someone and all of a sudden you just feel all their emotions, you feel all their energy, and you don't know what to do with that. Most empaths struggle through this world with this reality because they don't know how to come into energetic alignment, to fully clear and cleanse their energy. So they're taking on energies and holding on to that energy. It's not theirs, and therefore it creates misalignment, for them. Chaos. I've been working, and I have worked over many, many years with empaths and sensitives. And ultimately, it's a gift to be an empath. And it's time, I think, that humanity realizes that actually being an empath is actually a gift for humanity, and that you are here as part of the evolution of humanity. Because you feel and you are sensitive to the intricacies of and the frequency architecture of not just human beings, but the planet, right? We are all connected to each other. You can then use your discernment in order to make different choices. You can use your discernment around what boundaries you have, which people and energies you allow in your energy field or in your immediate vicinity. If you are the type of person that walks into the mall and 3 seconds later, after you've walked in there, you feel drained, it means that you as an empath have to have some sort of energetic protection or energetic field or intention before you walk into any of these public spaces to actually safeguard your energy. You are like a sponge. You take on energies, and therefore you have the ability as an empath to transmute those energies through you. Now, as a high-performing, highly sensitive empath, you are here through mind, body, and spirit to help those beings, those people that are not knowing, first of all, if you have mastered how to clear your energy, how to live in complete alignment or in alignment, energetic alignment, mind, body, spirit alignment with yourself. You have an idea of how to navigate your energy, how to navigate this reality with more ease. So you've come here, you've incarnated here as soul in human form in order to help others that are sensitives, that are empaths, to navigate their reality in a better way. And the biggest thing here is that most people go through life not even knowing that they're a sensitive or that they're an empath. And also we've been told as children, oh, don't be so sensitive. Don't feel your emotions. You know, you're not meant to feel your emotions. Go and play. Be silent. So from a young age, we've shut down this incredible gift of empathy, this incredible gift to be able to tune in and tap into the frequency architecture of human beings, the ability to read energy, to discern energy, the ability to transmute energy. Because empaths and sensitives, we are all healers. I always say that. We are all healers, and we have different levels of abilities that are coming online right now for us as new humans, okay? Within our new human spectrum, our new human framework, and our new human energetic template. New gifts are coming online. So you as a sensitive and empath have the ability through your feeling senses, through your senses, which you have as an empath, these expanded senses, psychic senses, higher abilities, a deep attunement to energies, okay? You have the ability to change the world through those gifts and abilities. But it can also be pretty difficult and I see this in my work, for empaths and sensitives to release the things that's keeping them stuck. Okay, because often, like I said earlier on, you're holding on to other people's energy, you're holding on to patterns and processes from mother-father line, ancestral line, traumas from the past that you've come here to overcome. You have to go through it in order for you to really fully use your emphatic and your sensitive gifts. Okay, duality is a huge thing for empaths to deal with. Having this push and pull of energies and feeling like you can't navigate life. And when you begin to master your own frequency architecture, when you begin to raise your level of energy to a state where you're more in flow, you also begin to create energetic boundaries around you that is allowing you to, not take on as much of the outside world's energies, the chaos, right, that makes you feel sick or makes you feel disconnected or makes you feel, for instance, confused. A lot of empaths and sensitives, high-performing empaths and sensitives, right, have come to the space where they realize, actually, we are here to do more. We are here to navigate this space of duality, and through that understanding or awareness of how we work and operate in this reality, we can begin to make change. We can begin to do things differently. We can have clearer boundaries around who we are, around the energies that we take on, around who we spend our time with. I always say that what you digest, okay, is what you also project. So the more energies you take on as a sensitive and as an empath, if you don't release the energies that are not for your highest, greatest good or your own, you will begin to live from that frequency or those energies. Okay, so it's super important to know that you can do something about this. What is very important for an empath is to have an open heart connection, an open heart bridge. Now, this bridge is something that is connecting you directly to source, okay? As your frequency architecture is so open to other people's energies and chaos and distortions and all the different things that's happening in this world, it's very, very important for an empath, high-performing empaths, or empaths that want to navigate this reality with ease and grace, to have an open heart connection. And the biggest thing that empaths have to do here, as part of their process of evolution as well, and to release karma, release trauma, evolve, build new foundations for humanity, okay, is to overcome the struggles associated with this connection back to the heart. Now, what are some of the struggles? Self-doubt, self-criticism, unworthiness, okay, anxiety, feeling like you're anxious all the time, and you have to, you feel like you are full, like your cup is full. If you are anxious all the time, doubting yourself, having all of these different struggles that you're operating from as a sensitive, it's going to be very difficult for you to create from soul, because you have all of these other energies that are actually steering your direction. So what is also important for, and I think, just coming back to the open connection to the heart, we are source beings incarnated. If you've been watching my videos for a long time, you'll know that I'm a teacher of source. We are beings of source incarnated here in physical form, and therefore we return back to source. So that's our natural state of being. So empaths flow within that natural state of being. They thrive within that natural state of being, which is the state of love. Okay? And from that they create, which is, everything flows from that. Joy, playfulness, peace. However, when this heart connection, or the connection to the heart, is blocked due to inadequacies that you're holding on to, which is maybe struggle, or you're constantly in the mind and the ego is running the show and you're not working from the heart, then it's going to be difficult for you to navigate your reality here as an empath, because you'll constantly feel like you are being pulled and pushed into many different directions. And then the lesson of duality, or the game of duality, is going to be very much playing out for you in your reality, in your business. If you can begin to see and navigate and master your frequency architecture and build this bridge, heart bridge, and connection to source, and unify your mind, your body, and your spirit. They are not different entities, they are the same. And what we're realizing as human beings now, that we cannot operate in separation of those different entities. It has to come together, to work together. And so as empaths, when we build that heart connection, we also begin to build the mind connection to the heart, and the heart to spirit, soul, okay? And our bodies begin to operate and work and move through life in a different way. Then we begin to create offers that flow from soul, that is like a fountain of ideas, and therefore you are able to then help more people, because you're not feeling restricted or constricted as an empath. You are working in unity, okay, with mind, body, and spirit. And a lot of empaths struggle with this the most, because they are operating from only one of those, maybe just the mind, because they are stuck in old patterns and processes and energies, and they've taken on everyone else's energy and continue to do so, and they don't even know who they are themselves. Or they've been told, like I said, as young children, stop being so sensitive, stop, you're not meant to feel all of those things. And feeling is where the magic lies. The more we feel, the more awareness and consciousness comes to light for us. The more our body then begins to speak to us, and then we can connect that mind and body, and the spirit, the soul, can then begin to speak through us more easily. Okay? So, biggest challenge as well is to release any constraints for empaths, okay? To release constraints that you have placed upon yourself, release constraints that are placed upon other people, or not from other people, and release the energetic constraints that you feel in your frequency framework, your architecture. When I talk about frequency architecture, I'm talking about your auric field, everything that makes up your energetic field, okay? And so if you have all of these energies playing out constantly in your energetic field, and you have these words that you tell yourself that you're too sensitive, that you are too this and too that, all of those are constraints that's restricting your gifts and abilities as a sensitive and empath. So in order for us to fully access through our cell memory and through the soul coding that we hold, our new human gifts and abilities, as high-performing and highly sensitive empaths, we have to begin to master all aspects of ourselves. And this means that being very aware of when we've taken on people's energy. If you're in a relationship and you feel drained all the time, it means that perhaps you have an energy vampire in your midst, or that person subconsciously, unconsciously they don't even know, they're not aware of it. Yet you have the power to build your energetic vortex and to expand your frequency architecture in order for you to sustain your energy, in order for you to hold your energy, and then begin to master the energies that are moving through you. And as soon as you feel something that feels out of alignment, feels off, you transmute it. The awareness of it gives you the power to transmute it. What you know, you can do something about. What you don't know, you can't, okay? So as an empath, you've come here to heal the earth, to heal this planet. And a lot of empaths feel this mission, this soul mission, so deeply that it feels too much. And so then we begin to shut down our gifts. We are here to create space, hold space, lay foundations for an immense amount of healing to happen at this time of human evolution. For those people that cannot feel, how can we heal? Okay? So we as empaths and sensitives are here to feel what other people are feeling in their body. And this is how I work. I feel people's energy. I can read the energy. I can read the body. I can read the mind in a way that helps me to get the information from that person in order to help that person as a healer, to help that mind, body, spirit transformation. Now, as soon as you bring something to awareness as an empath or as a healer, for someone, it helps them shift their consciousness, okay? So as empaths, we have come here to use our power to give and receive healing, to give and receive healing. And something that empaths struggle with a lot is to receive. Because we are here to serve, and I had a call yesterday with a beautiful group of my clients, my students that I'm teaching at the moment, the Illuminated Path. And one of the women said to me, her biggest struggle, I said, what is your biggest block? And she said, me. And I said, well, what is your biggest struggle within that me space? And she said, well, you know, it's still me, but I feel like I'm an empath. I overdo things. I overserve. I overgive. I overplease. I work myself to the bone late into the night in order to, you know, validate things or prove myself in some way. So high-performing empaths have this will, this sense of service, that we want to see things differently. We want to change things in this world. And therefore, we've come here to give healing, be the healers of our time, yet we're also here to receive that healing. And a lot of people struggle, a lot of empaths struggle with this in order to receive. So If you are not able to give and receive at, within balance, then you will feel fatigued. You will feel like you've overwhelmed, like you've taken on too much. So one of the empath's biggest lessons here to learn is to create balance. And this is where energetic alignment comes in. Okay? Energetic alignment where you feel that you have that balance. Human alignment where you feel that you can navigate your reality. Mind alignment where you feel that your thoughts, your thought processes are helpful and not stopping you, constraining you, or constricting you in any way. And as a human, we love, and the ego loves living from that space of fight and flight. So the best way for empaths is to also use a tool like EMO-NTT therapy, which is a way that we can reset, reharmonize our nervous system, because empaths live often from fight and flight. They're on all the time. They like flashing lights all the time. Yes? And that's why we can perform at these high levels, yet we get burnt out super quickly. In the workforce, these empaths are high-performing beings. They are CEOs, CFOs, successful people that has a drive and thrive on, the energetics, yet we get depleted very, very quickly. So if we are living as empaths from that fight and flight mode all the time, you will find that a lot of those empaths, burnt out empaths in the corporate industry, will move into something where they often want to help more people in a more holistic, in a more mind, body, spirit, wellness way. They often become healers, they often become coaches, because what they've done in the corporate has drained them. They've burnt out, okay? And so this beautiful balance, to be able to have this balance, is to give healing, at the same time receive also. Make time and space for yourself to be nurtured, to nurture yourself, to love yourself fiercely, okay? Because we as empaths feel the world around us so deeply, we're so connected and tuned into everything around us, there is the sense that we're living on edge, okay? And that there's no more saber-toothed tigers, but it feels like our nervous system is constantly on edge as well. And so what do we do as empaths? We overperform, or we, throw ourselves in our work, and we don't really look at how we can come more into alignment, how we can bring that balance, how we can receive more, okay? Often empaths live in fear and in victim mode. Why do I say this? Empaths take on so many energies. You are a sponge, as I mentioned. And so often those energies that we take on are denser energies, because we have the power to transmute those energies as empaths and highly sensitive beings. Yet we don't know that we can do that. So we hold on to those energies and we begin to make it our own. Energy translates, right? And so we feel pain in our body because we're holding on to energy. Our hips start hurting and we're like, oh my gosh, I've got to, have a hip replacement because my hip's hurting, okay? Or we are feeling anxious and living from that space of feeling anxious all the time, and we take it on as our normal. Therefore, this sense of living from a space of fear and victimhood, we become the victims of the energy that we carry around. That's not even our own. So, in terms of your mastery as an empath, is really to say to yourself, this empathy, this sensitivity that I have, that's my gifts. These are my gifts that I have. How can I use this for good? How can I best use this in order to serve and at the same time receive greatly for, who I am as a sensitive and empath. The mastery lies in the awareness of the energies that are moving through your body. The mastery lies in knowing that when something in your energy, in your body feels off, to do something about it. So as a high-performing, highly sensitive empath, you, like I said, you're constantly on, you're in on mode, you're flashing lights, okay? You do need some downtime. So often those empaths that are feeling like they're in burnout, feeling like they can't focus, feeling like they can't create, okay? Those empaths, the biggest thing for you is to return back to nature. To come into and back into a space where you can be harmonized and come back into balance, where you can feel that heart, mind, body, spirit connection again, which is rebalancing your energy, okay? So I want to invite you, next time you walk into a mall, to be aware of your energetic architecture, your frequency. And when you walk into the mall, set the intention to put yourself into a bubble of golden silver light, okay? Platinum cosmic light. And walk into the mall, go do your shopping, your Christmas shopping, and feel the difference. And then next time you're in the movies and watching a movie, do the same. The more you connect with the energetics of who you are and the fact that actually these frequencies that you're feeling, you don't have to take them on necessarily, but you can do something about them, then helps you to be more in your mastery, be more empowered around how you function as an empath. And also all of a sudden your channel begins to open up more. You begin to receive more information because you're not holding on to other people's energy. So you have more space to create from that beautiful frequency architecture as an empath, right? So my loves, and I want to share this story because I feel like this is important. As a young child, it was celebrated that I was sensitive. I would talk to the trees, I would talk to the birds, I could feel and sense energies constantly. My parents celebrated the fact that I could do that, yet, there were other members of the family that it didn't feel right to share those things with. So often as children, we shut down these gifts, and then because of that shutdown, we do not have emotional, what's the word? I suppose emotional boundaries around what feels good, what feels right, and how to navigate those emotions properly going forward into our adult life. And then we come into adult life and all of a sudden we're now having to feel more because we're in a corporate environment or we're in an environment where we are being bombarded by energies, okay? Or we're in a world, not just in corporate, in a world where the frequencies are being distorted so much. The thing is here is that you can do something about it. You can choose to allow those energies to put you in fear mode, anxiety mode, and victim mode, or you can choose to feel those energies and transmute them, okay? As a child, I shut down. At 4 years old, I shut down my gifts and my abilities because I was afraid. I didn't understand it. But how incredible is it for us to now know what we know and teach our children in order to help them navigate their sensitivities, to help them navigate their frequency architecture and their reality in a completely different way. And there are tools and techniques that I teach to help reset the nervous system, like EMO-NTT therapy, energy medicine like Centaura, all of those different things, right? And there are beautiful people out there that are sharing their wisdom, sharing their gifts. Yet those people that are wanting to do more, that wanting to expand, they have this block, okay, because they feel so much, they have this block around wanting to give more, wanting to share more. So this is where the energetic alignment comes in, where balance is required for empaths. If you don't have balance in your life where you're giving and receiving, where you're serving and nurturing, okay, yourself, then you are not going to be able to operate as an empath going forward. And then your offerings as a light leader, as a healer, could also be influenced by this imbalance, okay? And I want to mention as well, which I touched on earlier on, that empaths and sensitives, you have come here, we have come here in order to change this world. And we need to realize that these abilities that are activating or that's coming online, psychic abilities, levitation, telepathy, telekinesis, all of these things that are coming online, expansive alchemy, all of that, okay, you are here as an empath and sensitive to ignite those gifts, to bring them forward in a way that is different from those people that have no feeling senses or very little feeling senses. So you can feel into different streams of energy. You can tap into higher streams of consciousness as an empath because of your sensitivities and because of your emphatic abilities. An empath, the opposite of an empath, you know, is being in sympathy. And sympathy is not a good place to be. This is when we're in victimhood, we're in fear, like, look at me, oh poor me, I've taken on too much energy, or, you know, you don't even know you've taken on too much energy and you're living from that frequency constantly. Step into mastery of your frequency architecture. Be aware of what feels like it's yours. Your natural state is love. Your natural state is flow. Anything out of that natural state, right? Do something about it. Transmute it, recalibrate it, integrate energies. Sometimes empaths, because we're over-serving constantly, doing things constantly, right? We don't have time and space to integrate the upgrades that we're going through, which is happening collectively, universally, for everyone. So we don't stop for a minute to actually take time to nurture and nourish ourselves as empaths, to go for that massage, to go walk on the beach, to ground our energy, to release and transmute the things that's not ours, okay? So if you, and I work with a lot of healers, and I work with a lot of coaches and a lot of different, you know, types of empaths, sensitives, and each of those empaths and sensitives, they have different archetypes which they operate from, okay? And when we begin to dive into the different archetypes, or in which I call the energetic archetypes, I understand, you know, I can say to them, this is what's holding you back. You have been living from this energy of self-doubt because you're feeling, and so that's made you afraid. And I want to tell you a story. I had a client, and she's been working with me for many years. She came to me and she said to me, I'm afraid. And I said to her, okay, that's fine. She said, things are attacking me. So this is what happens to sensitive and empaths, because our energy is so open. We have this open heart connection, right? That often things feel like it's attacking us, okay? Now, when she came to me and she said, I feel like things are attacking me, I'm afraid all the time. When we live from that space, or she lives from that space, she shuts down her gifts, or she did shut down her gifts. So we had to go and release all of the energies that were attaching to her, okay, other people's energies that she had taken on, and she didn't know that she was doing it, in order for her to open her channel so she could access her higher gifts and abilities, her frequency, right, which is her natural way of being is love, and then she had the ability to be able to function better in this world and operate from a different frequency. So if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling like you're blocked in any way, if you feel like you're a leader or you're a guide or you're a way shower, and you feel you have these push and pull moments. One moment you're like on, and the next minute you feel like you want to have a sleep for about a week, okay? That shows to me that you have to build up your energetic frequency, your energetic architecture. We have many different layers of energies around us, okay? Emotional, mental body, the etheric body. We have the quantum rings of velocity. We have all of the different stages or levels of, not stages, levels of energetics that we function from, okay? And if one of those levels or bodies, subtle bodies, are not working properly because the mind is the one that is guiding, or the one that is driving, you know, the driving force behind things, this is when we fall off the bandwagon, okay? And we cannot operate freely as ourself, freely from soul, all right? So for those healers and for those people that are watching this, I really invite you to begin to look at your life where there is an imbalance in your energy, okay? Where you're feeling off, where something feels out of alignment, or something feels like you are, in that fight and flight mode. And then just for a moment say, I release all energy that is not my own and for my highest good. Transmute it instantly. Allow yourself to release that. Give yourself permission to release other people's energy, because what empaths do, we love serving, we want to help people. So therefore, we do help people, we overhelp sometimes, and then we're holding on to that energy. And often what's happening, people automatically transmute some of it, but others say to me, oh my gosh, I've got this energy in my body and I just don't know what to do with it. I don't know if it's mine, if it's someone else's. Okay, and if you are not living from love as your natural state, if you're operating from duality, if you're operating from that push and pull or constriction or anything like that, like I said earlier on, you're not going to recognize necessarily when you're holding on to other people's energy, or when there's distortions in your energy field, or your energy field have got tears in it that is siphoning life force energy. So the moral of the story here is to begin to unify mind, body, spirit. Have that mind, body, spirit connection, heart connection, open connection to source. You as an empath, if you are not connected, if you're not doing a practice that reconnects you back to source, that you're meditating and connecting and clearing and cleansing your energy on a daily basis, you're not going to be able to operate as an empath, as a high-performing empath in this world. Okay, and I'm not saying sit there every 5 minutes clearing your energy, because that's not helpful either. And do not let the fear of you taking on other people's energy be the driving force behind how you operate and navigate your life, because that's not going to be helpful either, right? Living from a space of fear for empaths is a big thing. I know this because I work with empaths all the time. And so if you can get out of this fear into mastery of your energetic frequency, mastery of what feels right in your body, what feels out of alignment, okay, and come back into alignment with that mind, body, spirit trinity, the unification where your mind is clear, your channel is open, you are receiving energy, transmuting energy. It's like becomes a force, right? You are a force to be reckoned with. Then you can operate, then you can perform. And when I say perform, there's no measure attached to that, okay? It simply means that you are able to be who you truly are. A beautiful, sensitive, emphatic, magnificent being that are here connected to this planet in so many ways, connected to the cosmos, that's connected to your inner world, your outer world. And you are moving and shifting and operating from this space of alignment, of flow, of freedom. When I spoke to my client yesterday and I said, what is it that you truly desire? And she said, freedom. Because as an empath, she wants to serve, so she overserves, overdoes, and she's completely disconnected from her natural state of being, which is loving herself and nurturing herself. And she said, I crave freedom to just be. How do we do that? We go back to nature. We reconnect with source, with our hearts. And we open our minds to the possibility that actually being a sensitive and being an empath is a freaking amazing gift. It is beyond anything that anyone else could have even imagined, okay? The sensitives and empaths are here to change this world. And that's the moral of the story. So celebrate that you are a sensitive. Celebrate that you are an empath. And help your children. I want to share another thing before I go. A friend of mine and one of my students, she was talking about how she helps her children to navigate this reality. That children cannot operate in the schooling system anymore. And so these children, instead of trying to push them back into the schooling system, which doesn't work for them anyway, why don't we create, by listening to our children around their desires, around what it is that they truly want, how they want to operate moving forward, how they want to be in this world moving forward, right? So instead of pushing them back into this state of overwhelm where they're feeling everything, their senses are being bombarded and they cannot function in that space, why not create an earth school, a school or a nature school, or a school that is helping sensitive and empaths to amplify their gifts instead of suppressing it? Because if a child feels too much, what will they do? And I know this because I did it. I shut down my gifts. And I work with many beautiful souls that have done exactly the same. And as you are coming back online, as your gifts and your abilities are coming back online, and believe you me, your expanded gifts and abilities are coming online, and we are telepathically beginning to communicate with each other more, we are creating new neural pathways, we are changing, our whole energetic framework has been changing. We are not operating from that anymore. So why not celebrate this? Why not celebrate our children as being the teachers of this now moment of our evolution? They have come here, you have come here as an empath to change this world. So we can sit back and continue perpetuating the cycle where we are struggling in victim mode, where we're fearful and anxious, or we can begin to take charge as empaths and stand for what we are passionate about, what speaks to our heart. As leaders, I feel that, having empaths in leadership positions are so powerful. This world will change rapidly. It is changing rapidly. The more we celebrate the sensitivities that we feel, the more we listen to our body messenger, the more we begin to understand that actually we are the masters of this time as empaths and sensitives. Thank you so much for listening. Don't let this duality of this world get you. Don't disconnect from yourself because you're fearful. Do not be in victim mode the whole time because you feel so much. Step into power, into your power of that, and celebrate yourself in a big way. And then you can share your offerings to people, to help more people. And then you create that balance by giving and receiving. We are not meant to be on 24/7. okay? We're not meant to be flashing lights all the time. It doesn't work like that. We are meant here to really anchor in the directive, the collective directive of harmony, harmonizing the energy on the planet, bringing balance, unifying masculine, feminine, bringing balance. Okay, my loves? Thank you so much for listening. If you have any questions around this, please do message me direct. If you want to follow my work, I'll be teaching EMO-Neurotouch therapy, which is a way for empaths, sensitives, human beings, children, people, whoever wants to learn it, to come back to resetting their nervous system, okay? Especially if you're an empath and a sensitive. This work is mind-blowing. It helps you reset your nervous system in 3 breaths. And so I'm teaching that in January, and that's on Sunshine Coast, and then I'm also in New Zealand in February. I'm teaching lots of different techniques like breath, the new way of breathing, because as human beings, we are breathing in a different way. We're not breathing in the same way, okay? We are breathing light into our being, and therefore we are more activated. So as a sensitive and empath, this breath of light is an incredible way for you to reharmonize your energy, to reconnect or open that connection to source, to the heart. And I teach all of these things. So look out for my workshops that's coming up. I just want to add one little thing, which I wrote a note about here actually. Empaths, high performing empaths, always want, not always, they crave high level mentorship, okay? Someone that can help them focus, help them understand their energetics, their energetic frequency, their architecture, and how to operate and be in this world. At the same time, how to take what's coming through their channel and share that with the world and anchor that into the world, okay? So give yourself permission to receive this high-level mentorship. Someone that understands frequency architecture, their energetics, energy medicine. Someone that speaks your language, that can help you translate what you feel in your body so that it makes more sense for you. There's many teachers out there, many teachers of truth, many teachers of source, and we all have one thing in common, okay? The teachers that are here to guide humanity always help those people step into mastery of themselves. We are not here to do the things for you. We are here to help guide you to understand your own self, your energetics, your mind, your spirit, how you operate and be in this world in a better way. So go and find, someone that you resonate with. And I'm so grateful to be able to share this. And I feel like this message today was really important to share. So hopefully it landed for you. And if you have any questions, like I said, if you just want to book a call to chat about empathy, then feel free to do that as well. I'll pop the link below here. Have a beautiful day, everyone. Speak soon.